and you're going to talk us through, Sharice, in a few moments' time. Well, let me explain. Your book is called Get Niche Quick, which is a great title for the book. And if anyone would like to see more about this, you can go to getnichequick.com. And there's actually some free chapters you can download as well. And this book is, as it explains, finding profitable niches. And have we got Jeff? I'm on my computer monitor. I can't see Sharice's screen. Can we see Sharice's screen yet? Or is
everyone should see how to find a profitable niche even in the saturated market.
Okay, so let me just, I think it might be something at my end that's slightly, you can just give me 2 seconds. There we go. Okay, so Sharice, over to you. Tell us how to find profitable niches even in the saturated market.
Okay, I can do that. As Chris said, niche marketing is all about finding an underserved area of business and just pretty much dominating it. And once you find that targeted area, there's several benefits to being a niche marketer. The first is that once you have a niche, which is what I'm going to show you today, is how to find several, there's a lot less competition. You can own a niche subject and you can become the go-to person for that particular area. As a niche marketer, you'll also enjoy high authority. When you are the go-to person for information on that subject, more people will seek you out versus your competitors. And you've always kind of got to stay one step ahead of your competition so they don't, completely wipe you out. But it's just being the go-to person, carries with it a lot of fame and, potentially a lot of profit. Faster results is a big one. If you specialize in a particular area, it doesn't take long at all to rank really well in search engines. And Google especially will notice this, and the more content like you add to your blog, for example, or the bigger your list grows, the more people talk about you and link back to you, the higher you'll get. And it's not like you're competing with mega corporations who have mega bottomless pockets. You've got a set budget and you can pretty much own a particular niche. Now, if you go to Google and you type in something like niche marketing or niche research or how to find a niche, you'll get a lot of advice. Now, there's nothing wrong with this advice, but just like any internet marketing method, once everybody knows it, it's not as easy to rank well for certain keywords. It's not as easy to make money with certain niches. But I do want to go over how everyone else does it, because you may be able to follow these steps and do well. But the majority of this presentation is going to be how I would do it and how other successful people I know have found their niche. So the first method is Google Trends. And Google Trends will let you compare different keywords and see traffic across several years and different locations. So for example, if you wanted to compare the keyword elections to Oscars, is one that they have on their website, Google Trends, you will see that elections seems to spike every 4 years according to the U.S. elections. Whereas Oscars, they happen every year and they seem to spike around that time. And you can see on Google Trends which keywords are more popular in certain areas of the world. If you want even more trends, you'd want to go to Twitter. And if you search Twitter for a particular keyword, what will happen is every time someone mentions that in their tweet or their post, it will come up highlighted. And really you can see a lot about what we're talking about right this minute, within the last hour, maybe within the last day. But it's very, very, very recent. And the last one is buying software or subscribing to keyword research memberships. Now, there's nothing wrong with this, but you're kind of at the mercy of someone else for your niche results. For example, back when I was first doing the research for my book, I joined a keyword research membership. And one of the keywords that I distinctly remember was monster trucks. And I remember thinking, I don't really have any interest in monster trucks, even though it seemed to be a really hot trend. Well, you know, these memberships can be anywhere from $29 a month on up, so you're essentially kind of throwing your money away on keywords that you may not care about if you're a member of these sites. And you can do the same thing that they're doing, and you can do it for free for yourself. There's nothing wrong with capitalizing on trends. A couple of years ago, no one had ever heard of the term swine flu. Now, everywhere, especially within the last month, you've seen really all kinds of advice from doctors. I've helped out on how to prevent the swine flu or natural remedies for the swine flu. These are people who have capitalized on a trend using these methods that I'm showing you here. Now, what I'm going to show you is some different ways that you can find a niche and get the edge, no matter how saturated the market is. The first way is by discussion forums. And these are also known as message boards or bulletin boards, basically where a lot of people congregate to ask questions, get feedback, and things like that. And I took a screenshot of a Yamaha motorcycle forum. Of course, I don't know anything about Yamahas or motorcycles, but this just goes to show you this is how people are interacting with and asking questions about this particular niche. What you should do in order to find out what kind of questions people are asking is to sort by replies or sort by views. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse or not on the screen, but
yep, we can see it fine.
81, okay, good. The 81, 74, these are the replies down the right-hand side here. And you can also see that it's broken down into pages. Now, what I did before I took this screenshot is that I clicked at the top of this page and sorted by reply. And you can also see the number beside it is sorting by view. 1,800 people have looked at how to get Vaseline off a tire. Now, what you could do with this kind of information, and of course I want to say, don't ever, ever, ever copy anything off of a forum. Don't take anybody else's work. You know, do your own research, write your own report. But what you could do with this is create a small report on, you know, the top 10 problems that Yamaha motorcycle owners have and how to solve them. And you could use it as a lead generation tool, or, as Chris is such a proponent of, building your list. So, you know, people are asking, you know, do you use your motorcycle to get you from A to B, or do you just use it for fun? You know, this fellow's, you know, asking what kind of model, information on the 2010 Yamahas. I mean, these are things that these particular people are actively looking for and want to know answers to. And your first step in building a product is being able to create something that people are willing to pay for and that answers their questions. Now, you may wonder how I came across this forum if I don't know anything about motorcycles or Yamaha. And I did that by way of a site called bigboards.com. And it's big-boards.com. And if you go there, it's a directory of message boards. And what this site shows you is how many posts a particular forum has and how many members it has participating. The more posts, the more active it is. The more members, the more feedback you can get or recommendations you can get when you ask a specific question about your niche. Now, Big Board doesn't list all the forums. And as a matter of fact, you can go to Google and search for your keyword and then the word forum or message board or bulletin board in quotes, like Yamaha Motorcycle Forum. And you'll find a ton more message boards than you would at Big Board. The Big Board seems to be able to show you how many people are participating and how active a forum is. You don't really want to get involved with a forum that's got, 3 posts and 2 members. It will get you nowhere. Another really good source of niches is top sites. And one of my favorites is called Squidoo. And what Squidoo is it lets you have little, I would say they're like web pages, but they're in a certain format. Like you could have a list of your top 10, favorite movies or, some photos. It's really simple to create Squidoo, and so a lot of people do. And the more people that come to these pages, the higher they rank. And these pages are called lenses. But essentially a lens is just a very simple web page. And I took this screenshot